Hello, and welcome to the next stage of our test automation journey, creating automated test cases in Studio Pro. We've seen how manual testing is handled in Test Manager, and it's not the first time that we say that some parts of the software testing bring value as manual test cases. At the same time, many test cases should be automated. And this video is exactly about this, more specifically on how to automate them. What you see here is UiPath Studio Pro. We wanted it to look just like Studio, so that you will know already how it works and where to find the options you need. This way you can focus on the new features that Studio Pro brings. If it's the first time you interact with the UiPath suite, it might be a good idea to put this on pause and spend some time with UiPath Studio. You can go through some of our other courses on UiPath Academy, for example those in RPA Developer Foundation. If you're already familiar with Studio, you'll recognize here a workflow that we have built beforehand for this demo. Take a closer look, and you will see that this is in fact the manual test case that we have defined earlier in Test Manager. Basically, we have automated the actions in the test case. You'll see that this is just the first step. In the Arguments panel, we have the input values as 5 string arguments for email, amount, term, income, and age. Let's give it a run. We can see that the loans page is opened. Then each value is inputted. And the application is submitted. And it's approved. Is this the correct behavior? We don't know. We need automated testing to answer. Before getting to the build stage, make sure that you have the testing activities package installed. We have it here, and these 3 are the activities, so we can proceed. To create a test case based on our workflow, we'll simply right-click it from the Project panel and select Create Test Case. Let's give it a name and hit Create. As you can see, it was created. The first thing to notice is that test cases in Studio Pro go by the given, when, then structure. Simply put, given is for the context of the test. When is for the action to be carried out, and then should capture the observable consequences that we expect. All right, now, our source workflow will always be in the when block. Let's take care of the given block, which, in our case, has to do with the input data. We can save time by simply copying the arguments of the source workflow. Select all from the Arguments panel, copy, and paste. Now let's open this Excel file containing the data sets for testing. We have not only the input values, but also the expected outcomes for our scenario in the last columns. Let's select one of these data sets and populate the given block. We'll use a multiple assign for this. We'll input each of the 5 arguments for email, term, amount, income, and age on the left side, and the corresponding values from Excel on the right. Good. Now let's make sure that we have the input values for our execution. We'll use import arguments for the workflow in the when block, and input the names of our arguments here. Let's finally take care of the then block. In this test case, we want to check the loan rate. So first we want to capture it, and then verify it. We'll use a simple getText activity to retrieve it. We'll indicate the UI element and create an output variable. The next step is to verify it. We'll use the verify expression activity. This one does exactly what the title says. In our case, we'll verify if the getTextOutput variable is equal to the expected loan rate. Wait, it seems that we didn't define this one before. So let's do that now. Right-click on the name and create variable. And let's go to the variables panel, change its type to string, and add its default value from the Excel file. All right, it's time to run our test case. Let's close the Excel and the web browser and hit Run. The browser is now opened. It's going to loans. The values are inputted, and the application is submitted. The execution was successful. Notice the output panel with the verification passed message. So not only the execution was successful, but the test also. We had a loan rate of 8% on the website, the same as our expected rate here. Before we conclude this demo, let's take a look at a different type of verification. This is a test case that we have built earlier. The given and the when blocks are the same with what we have built earlier. So let's focus on the then block. Here, we have the same getText activity, but then we have verify expression with operator. On the left, we have the output of the getText activity. On the right, we have a value assigned in the when block. Let's run it and see what happens. The verification has passed. But what happens if we change the operator? As you can see here, we can choose between multiple operators. Let's choose the isDifferent one and run the test case once again. And here it is in the output panel. The verification failed, as the two values are not different. All right, let's quickly recap what we have done in this video. We have created a test case starting from a workflow that was matching the actions performed in the manual test case from earlier. The test case was structured based on the given, when, then model. With our workflow passed in the when block, we used values from a given data set of our test case. We have used the verify expression activity to check the test case outcome. Finally, we have seen the verify expression with operator as an alternative to the verify expression activity. In our next video, we will take the automated testing capabilities further with data-driven testing. We will also use the third verification activity, verify control attribute. See you soon.